Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. The death of Raila Odinga has really exposed the ODM party because the leaders there are behaving like they have been left in an orphanage. Some are openly begging William Ruto to come and be their father. They're saying, I was loyal to Baba, now I want to be loyal to you. Others are even suggesting that Ruto should take over the ODM. But others are saying that we have got a structure and ODM should work under the outlined policies. Now, William Ruto is also worried that the ODM votes can be taken by the opposition. And so William Ruto has decided to ensure that he pacifies the electorates from the ODM party, especially from the Nyanza. Now, the death has also opened a Pandora's box, and there are a lot of speculations because one of the very many ways by which William Ruto wants to pacify the Nyanza amidst growing discontent and tension in that region is that he's dangling cabinet positions as a carrot. And I want us to read just what the mainstream media is saying, because for the better part of the day, it has been alleged that Ruto is going to effect cabinet reshuffling that is going to change the course of the nation. Now, cabinet shakeup looms as Ruto moves to tighten grip on ODM. Now, it says just very quickly that President William Ruto is plotting to gain full control of former ODM leader Raila Odinga's voting bloc at all costs, including reconstituting the government to align with the current political realities in the coming weeks. That is leaving nothing to chance, including sidelining all so-called renegades in the ODM party who may hinder his efforts of coalition building ahead of 2027 presidential elections. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is quite obvious that Ruto is going to effect some changes within the cabinet. And this is in line with what he did just the other day when he shook hands and invited the former Baringo Senator, Gideon Moi, to come to the government. And of course, we were informed that there are a few people, including Samuel Pugisio, who are going to be included in the cabinet, with Gideon Moi deputizing the Chief Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi. Amid all these speculations, something is coming up. It is being said, of course, these are things that we have not confirmed, but it is being said that William Ruto is dangling the Ministry of Education to someone from Nyanza. And first it was said that he wanted to get hold of Babu Owino, who is one of the renegades in the ODM, so that he can take this position. Because Babu used to make a lot of noise when it comes to bursaries, when it comes to help. You remember, as a student leader at the University of Nairobi, he used to really hold this tight and he used to, campaign for it. But it is said that Babu has refused. Then it is also rumored that the ODM Secretary General Sifuna has also been approached and he has refused. Now the speculations go further, and they are saying that Ida Odinga has also not been left out, and that the William Ruto wants Ida Odinga to take over the Ministry of Education. Why? Because Ida was once the headmistress or principal of Kenya High, and so they want to give her this because of that experience. Now, one of the reasons why it makes it very easy for this education ministry to be handed over is because the person who is holding this Ogamba is coming from Nyanza. And he is a Kisii, of course, but the Kisiis are going with Matiang'i, and so Ruto feels apart from few people like Osoro, he doesn't have full grip in that area, so he can swap that ministry with another. It is also clear because there's a lot of mess in that ministry. Capitation fees not coming on time. Just the other day, we were told there was a parliamentary committee on education that really criticized how that ministry is being run. So it would be very easy to hand it over to someone. My problem is only that if we try to do politics with those sensitive ministries like we are doing with health ministry, education, it is going to backfire on us, because when you appoint people based on political agenda, then it really doesn't make any differences. But ladies and gentlemen, I want us to look at reasons why William Ruto wants a shakeup, and he wants to ensure that ODM is in the cabinet. Of course, some people are saying that did you watch Opio and I of Energy, John Badi of Finance, the Blue Economy, Joe, and Oparanya? It was the politics of Baba told me, Baba called me. Baba visited me in my office, Baba told me we should support Ruto, Baba told me we should remain in government. They are disparate, and Ruto understands this. Now, there's a lot of growing tension in the Luo nation, and Ruto wants to ensure that this growing discontent is pacified. Now, the number one reason why William Ruto would want to give, to effect this shakeup and is dangling some cabinet posts to the Nyanza is because he wants to realize what he said the other day, that ODM will be in government or part of the government, will form the government or part of the government. For him to do this, he wants to ensure that he adds certain positions, maybe just one or two. It won't be so many, just one or two, so that these cabinet secretaries are the ones who are going to campaign for William Ruto. They will not be selected to work. They will be there to campaign for William Ruto. Like if you look at what the ODM or cabinet secretaries are doing, they are busy campaigning for William Ruto. So they will be going there with the flags and saying, unaona Ruto ametupatia. So with that, William Ruto can easily realize his hidden agenda of using, ODM as the vehicle towards 2027. Number two, William Ruto wants to realize his two-term dream. And how can he do that? By ensuring that he's got these people. But I don't think it will work. Kindly listen to one of Ruto allies, what he's saying here.
Na mimi nataka kuambia hii watu wetu wa Nyanza wanatupenda sana. Na hawa watu wanapenda rais. Na hii maneno ya two-term tunasema wao wako two-term zaidi. Wao wanashukuru hii urafiki ambaye tumejenga, urafiki ya watu wa Rift Valley na watu wa Nyanza. Kwa hivyo nyinyi mkitembea hapa na mpate mtu kutoka Nyanza, nunulia yeye chai.
You can already see the mood. They are even suggesting the name there. They are even, trying to praise those electorates from Nyanza, ya kwamba wanapenda Ruto, wakiwapata wanunulie chai. Chai ya Ruto hapa ni hii cabinet positions. Number three, William Ruto wants to hold tight the Odinga family. He knows very well that the Odinga will still control, will be there. They will still control ODM. And there are people who will still listen to Ida or Oburu. They will be listening to that family. So Ruto wants to ensure that he holds, because let me ask you, if today Oburu wakes up and says, guys, we are supporting Kalonzo. Kalonzo has been with us all these years, so we are supporting him. That will be a game changer, and that is how William Ruto, instead of realizing his two-term dream, he will realize that one-term dream. Ruto also wants to tame the rebels and the renegades in the ODM. People like Sifuna and Babu, who I understand have refused and declined any post. There's a lot of, ODM is giving William Ruto mixed signals. Kindly listen to what Otinda Molo is saying about the speculations about working with William Ruto.
Two, there are those in the party, like our Secretary General, who say that this agreement was only up to 2027. That also is a fact. and that beyond 2027, we must determine what to do, and that chances are that the ODM might have a candidate. That is something that had been said even when Raila was alive. And in fact, that is something that even Raila himself said. So whether he would be the candidate or not is a matter of speculation. Some are even saying that the ODM candidate might actually be President Ruto. I mean, ODM is a democratic party. Anyone is allowed to join, and then we determine who becomes the candidate. And then there are those who say that the broad-based means two-term for President Ruto. Now, that's beyond 2027. And as I'd said, up to that point, anybody is allowed to speculate. There are those who want us to say two-term for President Ruto. There are those who want us to say we do not have a candidate, we support President Ruto. There are those who say we must have a candidate, and then there are those who say we can have a candidate, it can even be President Ruto. All those are speculative, and all that is democratic, because the framework agreement does not cover that point.
Okay.
That is the point where we as a party will be discussing. So all those expressions are quite consistent with the framework agreement. They're consistent with what Raila said. They're consistent with democracy. So that is not a disagreement.
And this is really worrying William Ruto, because he wants the ODM to speak on one accord. But the ODM is not speaking with one voice. Sifuna, Orengo, Babu Owino, Caleb Hamisi, they are saying Baba did not mean that they work with William Ruto beyond 2027, and they're saying that they only wanted to work with William Ruto based on certain principles that they signed in KICC. But William Ruto wants them to speak with one voice, and that's why he's dangling this carrot so that the ODM people can say, okay, he's adding us more. And finally, Ruto wants to block the opposition. The opposition has a bargaining power. Kalonzo will say I've supported Raila Odinga. He will say, remember, these people stole our elections. You know, Baba is dead, but he has died with a lot of pain because these people robbed us. And he will be telling them, let us form the next government. So William Ruto is moving in faster to block the opposition, because it will be a case of the cabinet secretaries with their flags to hoodwink people that that flag is yours, that flag belongs to the ODM, that flag belongs to the Luo people, you know, and is doing that just because he wants to realize his personal aggrandizement. But one thing I know, Ida cannot take that cabinet position. Ida has assumed a role that is beyond a cabinet secretary. But if you see all these rumors going on, either someone wants to tarnish her name, that she's so power hungry, and they will be saying, you know, kuna watoto wadogo ambao wanafaa wapewe, kwa nini mnapatia Ida? They will be saying this Odinga family, after joining government, after Gen Z's protest, now hata bibi yake, you know? Or there's a possibility that Ruto had approached her, because I've also listened to people saying maybe Winnie Odinga is being considered. Quite a lot of speculation, but one thing for sure is that Ruto wants to reshuffle his cabinet, and number two, Ruto wants the support of the ODM. We wait and see what will happen. I don't know what to think, but reshuffling is looming, and I know people are not resting. That's why they keep on praising William Ruto. Hey, tunakupenda, we will be loyal. I don't know. Politics as usual, and even if and when they will be appointed, it will be to help William Ruto campaign.